Alright, so let's head into our final topic of the conversation today, and that is Tony Ferguson's next opponent with the question mark. You know what? I'm asking you guys this, who do you guys think that Tony Ferguson should be fighting next? Okay? Because as of right now, the UFC lightweight division, it's stacked. I mean, we got Tony Ferguson, he's top 5. Charles Oliveira, he's top 3. Then you got Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor, and then you also have Dustin Poirier, which in my mind he is the best right now. He's the best fighter in that division right now. He is, like I said, my opinion, my mind, he is the champ without the belt right now. That is Dustin Poirier. Okay, but however, the question is, who should be Tony Ferguson next opponent? Okay, guys, let's have a quick look at the UFC ranking here. I am just gonna read it out to you guys. Well, number 1 is Khabib, but let's take him out because he is retired. And so he's the champ. He's out. So right below him, you got Dustin Poirier, and next is Justin Gaethje and Charles Oliveira, and then number 4 is Tony Ferguson. Number 5, Michael Chandler. Number 6, Conor McGregor. 7, Rafael dos Santos, and 8 is Dan Hooker, and 9, Kevin Lee. 10, Paul Felder. Okay, so after that's being said, and you guys, essentially this is the reality of this situation. Of all the people that I've just mentioned, Tony Ferguson had fought nearly all of them. He fought Rafael dos Santos, which he won. And then he fought against Charles Oliveira. We don't know what happened there. He lost. And then he fought against Justin Gaethje, which he lost that one as well, because that one was also for the UFC interim championship. And well, we know what happened there. Justin Gaethje essentially won that fight and then got his match against Khabib, and which in my mind that should have been a Tony Ferguson's fight for the longest time. But however, since he lost to Justin got that fight versus Khabib, and well, the same thing happened to every one of Khabib's opponent. He went in there, he took him down, he submitted Justin, and that's it. That's all to it. But here's the but. But as right now, Khabib is out of the equation. And if that's the case, of all the people that I just mentioned, who do you think should be Tony Ferguson's next opponent that he has not fought yet? To me, I got three names that I would like to see him fight. Okay, number 1, I would like to see him fight Michael Chandler, because I think that's gonna be a slugfest. That's my number 1 pick is him versus Michael Chandler. Number 2 is gonna be Dan Hooker. They have not fought yet. And number 3, my last option, I hate saying this, but this might be a bit of a tune-up fight, and that is Paul Felder. Paul Felder right now, he is on a 2-fight losing streak. He lost to Paul Felder. He lost to Rafael dos Santos, and then he also lost to Dan Hooker. So I believe that could be a good fight. It's just the fact that Tony Ferguson, he's on a 2-fight losing streak as well. And as I am looking at this record right here, also Dan Hooker, he is on a 2-fight losing streak as well. And those 2 losses was to Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier. And to me, I believe that this division, especially for Tony Ferguson, okay, I am taking this back. I said for Tony Ferguson, I mean, I'm gonna take that back. I mean, the lightweight division as a whole, I think it's a fun fight right now because all these guys, they are up there, especially when Khabib is out. Because I'm looking at this record, Dustin Poirier, he's got 2-fight winning streak. He lost to Khabib. Justin Gaethje, he lost to Khabib, but before that, he is. Let me have a look here. It's still loading. He was on a 3-fight winning streak, and one of them was against Tony Ferguson. So I don't see that fight happening anytime soon when Tony versus Justin Gaethje. It's just the fact that they just fight. But however, I would like I just said, Dan Hooker or Paul Felder, these guys are on 2-fight losing streak, and so is Tony. I'd like to see him match up with one of those two fighters. But Michael Chandler, he's always that wild card. I realize that the UFC is pushing Michael Chandler because, you guys, the amount that the UFC signed for Michael Chandler was not disclosed. But however, Michael Chandler did mention that it was one of the biggest signing, one of the biggest contract that he has signed within his MMA career. And before he fight into UFC, he was competing in Bellator. And a lot of people said that Bellator doesn't pay as much, but with Bellator, you are allowed to have your own sponsorship. And I don't think the sponsorship is paying that much, especially when it comes to a guy like Michael Chandler, because he is a big name. He's a big name, and since his transition to the UFC, he had made it clear that he is not here for a long time. And I'm speaking for Michael Chandler here. He said that he is not here for a long time. He is here to get in, get out, make as much money as possible, which is understandable. Like, why would you not? I would too. I can't blame the guy. He would like to come in, make as much money as possible, get in, get out, and to support his family, like the rest of all these fighters do. Because you guys, at the end of the day, these guys are prize fighter. They're fighting to support their family. They're providing so that they could make a good living at what they're good at, and that is fighting. Fighting is what these guys are good at. Okay, so Tony, man, I realized that he is on a bit of a losing streak too. This is some 2-fight losing streak for a very, very long time. Because before this, he was on a 12-fight winning streak. And before 2020, when he lost twice in a row, his last loss was at UFC on Fox 3. And that was to Michael Johnson. Holy smokes. That is like over a decade ago. UFC on Fox. And now it's UFC on ESPN. Damn. And I mentioned this before. I am a Tony Ferguson fan. He is one of those individuals. He is one of those fighters that you never know what's going to happen, because I don't know if it's part of his mind or it's part of his psychology, the way he chooses to approach the fight. Because if you ever follow him on Instagram, or even if like watch him fight, the way that he presents himself, I think this guy's out there. Tony Ferguson, he's out there. I don't know what is going on within his head, inside his head at any given moment, because he could be doing, saying, or like, it's Tony, man. He could be doing anything, right? But however, he is very, very durable, and there was a few arguments that his last fight versus Justin Gaethje, that he underperformed. It's just the fact that Tony Ferguson had to cut weight twice within a span of 2 weeks, and for cutting weight twice in a row within that short amount of time, it made him underperform, and that was one of the reasons why he lost that fight. But however, how about the fight versus Charles Oliveira? Charles came in. Charles looks like a beast. He looks like a beast, and he destroyed him. He made Tony Ferguson look bad, and I believe that with that fight right there, that was Tony Ferguson. Sorry, I thought that was a stoppage. It was not. It was a decision, but that was a massive decision for Charles. So will there be a rematch between Charles and Tony? No, I don't see it. I don't see it happening anytime soon. However, I could also see that there could be a rematch between him and Justin Gaethje, and if Tony Ferguson does beat Justin Gaethje, it will put him on that short list for another title shot versus the champ, whoever the champ may be, at the end of 2021. I realize that age is a factor right now, and Tony Ferguson, he does not have that much left in him. Anyone who said does not have that much left in him is that, well, the reality of the situation is that he's getting older. He is coming to an end of his career. I'm not sure how much of age affected his performance within his last two fights against his previous two opponent. But you can't deny that was a part of his loss, essentially. And Charles coming up, like, he's only 30, like early 30, and Charles been in this game for a very long time as well. So I'm not taking any away from Charles. That was a big win for him. And yeah, so those. Okay, wait, before I go, I don't see Michael Chandler taking a fight with Tony Ferguson. It's just the fact that Michael Chandler has previously mentioned that he would like to compete for the UFC lightweight title, and also he is willing to be a backup fighter for like whoever the UFC would like him to back up against. If let's just say Conor McGregor is expecting to fight Dustin Poirier next sometime this summer, and let's just say the UFC does put the title fight. Let's just say the UFC does add the lightweight title as part of that fight, as part of their rubber match, because these guys right now as 1-on-1. Michael Chandler has mentioned that he would have no problem of being a backup fighter for that event, because he has done this before during Conor versus Dustin Poirier within their second fight, and he came in, he made weight, and he got paid. If that was me, if that was the case, I would 100% go in there and be like, pay me too. But let's get back to the original question: is that who do you think should be next for Tony Ferguson? Paul Felder, Dan Hooker, or even a possible rematch between Justin Gaethje. I realized that him versus Justin Gaethje right now is a bit of a stretch because, well, Justin Gaethje finish him and and snap his 12-5 win streak. Yeah, so Justin Gaethje would be my third pick. Dan Hooker would be my first, and second is Paul Felder. That's essentially it, you guys. So that is my thought on that situation of who I believe should fight next, or who I believe that Tony Ferguson should fight next.